So Fighter's Passport is it's a web-based app right now that focuses on the marketing for the gyms. Really, our goal is to complement existing gym management software, what folks may have. Gym management software focuses on the operations and management. We really focus on the marketing and connecting traveling and or other athletes in a gym's area to those combat sports gyms. And one of the big areas we focus on is facilitating seminars, as well as facilitating drop-ins from folks coming through with registration, payment, and waiver, and all that information, and giving the gym somewhere that's really easy to maintain their information.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Second Brain. My name is Vimal from RoundTechSquare. I'm your host. I have a guest in-house, Tyler Ross from the Fighter's Passport. It's a wonderful brand, very unique industry, wellness and fitness. In that industry, he has come up with a wonderful product as well as wonderful service platform, which kind of offers so many unique things in a unique way. We're gonna find out more about that. Tyler, thank you very much for being on the call.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell us more about Fighter's Passport, and then then we can get into the tech side.
Yeah, so Fighter's Passport is it's a web-based app right now that focuses on the marketing for the gyms. Really, our goal is to complement existing gym management software, what folks may have. Gym management software focuses on the operations and management. We really focus on the marketing and connecting traveling and or other athletes in a gym's area to those combat sports gyms. One of the big areas we focus on is facilitating seminars, as well as facilitating drop-ins from folks coming through with registration, payment, and waiver, and all that information, and giving the gym somewhere that's really easy to maintain their information. So yeah.
Okay, nice. I mean, I researched about few things on your website as well as on your platform. There are very unique problem you are solving in a way for the people who are on the go, who are traveling, who are all over the place, year around, and then they don't want it to kind of kill their routine or disturb their flow. And then this kind of platform, this kind of services are wonderful to have, wonderful to be aware of. So very nice. The very first question, I mean, I obviously see that there are a lot of tech being used. I will let you kind of talk us through that, how you are leveraging technology, and maybe in AI in more in detail, saying that to use that to create this kind of a wonderful platform.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we started building the platform, it was actually late 2023, and
Okay.
we were working with a company to build the software development, a dev shop, and they're phenomenal. They're really, really good. They've built a lot of phenomenal apps, really good people to work with. And we built really, really hard over the past I'd say probably 2 years. And to get to the point we're at now, to where we've kind of slowed down development. And I went from having very limited knowledge of what a tech stack was for software development to now I'd say I can hold a conversation,
Okay.
but what's happened since probably in the past 2 months with the advancements in AI and how I've been able to use it just in my day-to-day for building gym profiles, and also contacting gyms and analyzing my local SEO for gyms in the area, how we can better equip Fighter's Passport to help with their local SEO, and also just our marketing efforts and how to get around with folks, and trends that you see that are just coming through with folks coming into jiu-jitsu specifically. It's one of the fastest growing sports in the world. In Europe, it's really taken off. In the U.S., it's been on a steady incline. In the U.S., actually, females are the quickest growing demographic of jiu-jitsu and other combat sports. So I've been able to utilize a lot of that information with the research side of AI, but also being able to go in and automate a few things that, are kind of different, and then actually get into building some tools to help me with a lot of acquisition for gyms.
Okay, nice. I mean, it's very fascinating to hear from leaders and then from the founders that they see the technology very closely. They kind of observe everything very closely, and then they are kind of ready to get their hands dirty and then kind of dive in and then just try a few things and then get well educated. I mean, most important thing nowadays in a technology is that there are so many out there. Okay, it's just like an ocean of information. You just kind of sink in and then just get as much as you can, and then always learn something. I mean, what you have learned today, there will be something else to learn tomorrow. So that's very, very nice to know that leaders and founders like you are kind of looking into that, and then watch out for that. Okay,
Absolutely.
so that said, the AI feature of this thing, right? I mean, there are a lot of research, and there is a lot of data pointer you have on that platform where you just kind of find a lot of data from the internet, and then kind of create those automations, create those beautiful the profiles and all those stuff, and then you enhance on top of it, right? So
Yep.
so how are you using AI in terms of solving that problem, and then leveraging the whole automation on it?
So yeah, one of the easiest ways, or like the lowest hanging fruit that I've used AI to solve, is when you're setting up a gym profile, the real basic stuff, your address, your where it's located, phone number, contact, all that information. That honestly takes about 5 minutes just entering it in yourself.
Nice.
The tedious part is when you get in to do the class schedule, because we have a lot of
Mm.
information about the class. We have a lot of other stuff going on there. And so what was happening is that was taking a lot more time. So we were able to use a tool that will gather the gym's information from their public-facing website, and then able to use that information into another extension that I built utilizing AI that populates that information into the profile on that gym's profile. So it's cut the time to get a gym's profile up and active down tremendously, and it's also helped us to where now I'm working on setting up a tool that will go and reevaluate the website to make sure the gym's website to make sure that its information is up to date on our profile.
Okay, nice. So very smartly using those automations, or those using those cross functionality to get the data scraping, like get those profile going, and then very smartly put those agent to work, and then get all those things done very efficiently. So that's very, very fascinating to hear. Now in terms of see, gym as it's a multi-million-dollar business, right? I mean, gym industry is a huge, it has a very much impact on health and wellness and a fitness kind of an industry. The gyms are important, but at the same time, how are you leveraging the customers, or I would say client, the end user, to kind of motivate them to kind of come on the platform and then be aware of this use of tech, and then kind of engage them in the whole process, like what you do towards the client side?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the athlete side, we have a profile that's created that where they'll have all their information. It's private right now to where just they can see it, but they're able to put their information in, what belt they are, what discipline they train. And then they have a thing we call a passport, which is a QR code. And that QR code is unique to them. And so they're able to go from their profile and select any gym's information and RSVP to a class, register for that class, pay for that class, sign the waiver, and then show up and present their QR code to the gym owner, and the gym owner is able to scan it and get that person in. The same thing with seminars. It's super, super, super simple from a management standpoint. But another feature that we've done that's free for the athlete is there's a training tracker. So folks are able to set training goals, and then they're able to check in with our app when they go to train somewhere and keep record of their training. But then furthermore, like in jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of folks that like to journal their progress. So we've developed a
Okay.
feature as well that's free to where folks can go in and they can evaluate their training session with a couple different parameters: overall, how it felt, how they were mentally, their energy level, what they felt physically, the intensity, and then they're able to do a talk to text, or they can type it out to just recap. So in jiu-jitsu, a lot of folks like to recap, like, what did I learn today? And so I'll do it, and I'll sit there after a good roll or after a class and just talk through what the professor talked about. Or if I've had a really good roll with somebody, I'll talk through what happened. And so it keeps all that information there for them, and it's just a free service we provide. If they're a
Wow.
family that trains, we have a feature now where it's a household. So now when an athlete comes in, if they're a parent or a guardian, they're able to put the other people in their household, like their children's information on there, and it's kept private. They're the only ones that have it. But then they can also, their children can use it to log into classes and or go to seminars. One of the organizations we work very closely with is Jesus in Jiu-Jitsu, and they do seminars for free all across the U.S. and they use our software to check people in to sign the waivers. And the challenge they had before we came along was the bottleneck was always the check-in for the seminar.
Of course, yes.
And so we had a seminar in Dallas with Marcus Buchecha Almadia, and he's, a 13-time world champion, one of the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest to ever do jiu-jitsu. But he did a seminar down in Dallas, and we got 340 people through the line in,
Wow.
I think the longest part was a 2-minute time when I had to help a lady log, like, develop a profile. But everything else, it was just go, go, go. Like, two of us sitting there processing people, and it was really, really easy. And then what we discovered from that was the parents were like, well, we got to go back in and do another registration for our kid. It'd be really good if we could just do them all at once. So now we've built a household tool to where when people go in there, they're able to do their whole family in one swoop, check the box, the guardian signs, and then we have all those waivers populated. All that information's there, and each kid has their own QR code that's
And you
unique to
sign
them.
that.
And so
I
the other
see.
thing,
Okay.
as you know, with tech, right, one of the things with QR code and tickets and barcodes is people can screenshot them and send them to their friends, and their friends will use it. So what we've done is with the team we've worked with, our QR code changes on a periodic
Oh,
basis that we don't even know when that
okay.
is. So it's a dynamic
Yep,
QR
yep,
code.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
So
yep,
it
yep,
helps the
yep.
gym, keeps people honest, and yeah, it's really cool.
Wow. Okay. So there are so many to offer, right? So gym owners can get on the platform, I mean, kind of market themselves, get more clients, just be out there, have more visibility. At the same time, client has terrific experiences of booking, registration, kind of waivers have been done, dynamic QR code. They feel like more powerful in terms of using the tech in this thing, and then having everything very seamlessly, very fast. So that's very, very unique. Very, very wonderful. I mean, very interesting in a way, because when there is a people and when you have to manage them, you have to do the crowd control and stuff like that. And when the tech kind of comes in a picture and then it solve the problem, that's very fascinating. Versus, if you remember those long, long lines, and then you have to just stay in the queue and then do things one by one, and there are somebody with a pen and paper, and just old school. So yeah,
Oh,
very, very, very beautiful. Um, the next question would be like, if anything in this platform you are working on, or you think that you wish you have it, or maybe you are thinking in your head and then saying that, okay, hey, this is my next step, or this is my next enhancement or feature where it's not there or never thought of, or maybe like, this is like cool to have, those kind of any features, anything you want to discuss, saying that what an AI and then what other engineers can think of in this industry or in this very particular scenarios.
Oh man, we have so many things that we have planned. Some of them I'll keep, under my hat, but one of the things we're actually looking at right now is developing a mobile app that will be like gym owners will still be able to use it, but for all their information, we like to keep that web app portion for them because of the SEO implications and some of the other stuff we're seeing from AI with that. But for the user, we'd really like to have a mobile app because a lot of folks that's just easier for them to use. So as you know, probably 6, 7 months ago, to have two different apps and then to build, well, not two different apps, but the app in two different places. So a web-based and a native mobile. Um, the maintenance, the server, the cost to develop, is pretty significant. So what's interesting is I've actually been delving into working with a team and talking to some folks about what it looks like for us to do a lot of the heavy lifting and developing that mobile app to where instead of having to wait, because a lot of that stuff when you're with a dev team, you're for us, you are a slave to the budget, right? So we had to space things out as we could afford. So now it's actually to where we're not going to be the budget's not going to affect us as much because there's a lot of the heavy lifting and development we'll be able to do ourselves, and
Okay.
then work with the dev shop and whoever else to finalize it and get that out. So instead of a project being best case scenario 3 to 4 months, we're now looking at when we pull the trigger, it could be 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so that's just saving the time, scaling that, growing that quicker and faster. I think that's the key right now
Yep.
in terms of doing this amazing thing. Okay.
Yep.
Very nice. I think you summarized it very well in the sense of using the tech and AI doing very significant work into this wellness fitness industry, and then kind of leveraging the tech not only for the business owners but for the users, at the same time putting the marketing growth and scale right in the front to kind of lift it everything. Very nice. So at the very last, before I let you go, if somebody wants to kind of get to know about Fighter's Passport, or maybe like interested to find out about the efforts, or maybe just join your cause, or connect to you on your platform, where they should reach out to you, where they should find you at.
Yeah, so anyone can email me, Tyler, Tyler, at fighterspassport.com, or you can go check out we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. App.fighterspassport.com is where the platform is itself. And then if you go to fighterspassport.com, that's a splash page or a landing page that we've built that we're actually going through and revamping. So, yeah, any of those places, if you find us on Instagram or Facebook, shoot us a message.
Okay, nice. So I'll promise you that I'm gonna put all these links and everything on that video, so that the audience can know that, okay, where to find this leader, where to find this founder, and then kind of ask any interesting question if they may have.
Yeah.
But Tyler, thank you very much for your time. It was wonderful talking to you. Get to know a lot about Fighters Passport, as well as that wonderful, unique platform you created, and looking forward to see the success in future. Till then, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, sure. Thank you.